I'm Ben Ellis. I'm here at ICMP to talk to the students about bass guitar. I started playing music when I was 5. My mum made me play the violin, which was not really my instrument. And I went through just about every instrument around, and then found the bass when I was 17. And it was a song by a band called The Damned. The song's called Neat Neat Neat. That has this really cool bass line at the beginning that it's one of those things that you hear at a party or something like that and you're like, what is that? And that really turned me onto the bass. And then I was playing guitar at the time, and I realised that there were a lot of bass players, but most bass players were like the kid at school who couldn't play an instrument, who'd just been given the bass because it had the least amount of strings and it wasn't a complicated instrument. So I kind of figured it pretty quickly when I was young that if I played the bass well, I'd always have a gig, because there weren't really any proper bass players. And sort of I think it's almost 25 years on, I'm still still making a racket with the thing. So that's how it all happened to me. Everyone that does music, you will go through periods where you're not getting the gigs that you go and audition for. You'll have times when you question whether this was a sensible career choice. It's not, you know. It's not like any other career. You go into a sort of pattern of a regular job, if you want to call it that, which is maybe slightly demeaning to people who do other things. But most career paths are fairly clearly mapped out. You go in at this level, you work for a while doing that, you move up the ladder, you do, you know. But music's not like that. Like, you know, one day you can be playing stadium gigs, 3 weeks later you can be in a pub. You know, there's no logical progression. There's nothing to say that your trajectory will continue like that. It will be all over the place. And I think if you really love playing music, it's just to bear in mind during those difficult times to keep doing it. You just need to be diverse about what you can do to make money. I mean, everyone has a different set of skills, and you just need to be wise about using them and decide what you want to do. You know, you might, for example, have a project that you really want to put time and effort into, but you need to do something else to make enough money to pay the rent, you know. So now more than anything, it's not as simple as just going and getting a record deal and then you can concentrate on your creative side. You need to do all these other things to be able to do that. And it's just using the skills you have and constantly learning and learning new ways to make money. You just have to hustle. That's it, really, I think. I mean, it's if I could have, before I did this gig, if I could have said that the one performer that I'd like to be on stage with, it's him. So to get actually asked to be in a band with him was bananas, really, when it happened. It's important for me never to take that for granted, like to make sure, for any gig, you know, it doesn't matter if it's Iggy Pop or whoever, you need to, every gig needs to be amazing, or you need to put the requisite amount of effort in to make sure that you do everything you can to make it amazing. So in that sense, it's not like I'm complacent about it at all, but you do get used to it. So like I mean, it's kind of silly, but you do fly about on private planes and then turn up to play to like 60,000 people. It happens. That's what we do, like when we do that gig. So in a sense, you sort of get used to it. So it feels like work, you know. But I put the same amount of care and effort into that as I do you know, like I've just come off a tour with David Bowie's piano player Mike Garson, which is playing much smaller places. But it's the same amount of effort, you know. The drill is the same on the day. You turn up to do the best show you possibly can, whether you're playing in a place this size or you're playing in Wembley Stadium or wherever, you know, it doesn't really make any difference. And in terms of being busy, Iggy normally does festival season, so it's from May, or something like last year was March, to kind of September, October. So for most of the year, I'm kind of busy doing that with him. And then the rest of the year, whatever else people ask me to do. It's always fingers crossed that the phone rings, right? Yeah.